There is no spiraling. There is no wavering. There is only knowing. If you live by this assumption and this assumption alone, you cannot fail. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Taj and I'm back today with some more free tea. So today, as you guys read by the title, I want to talk to you guys today about the one assumption that I have been living by for a little bit over a year now that I really feel like is a part of affirmations. I mean, in combination with affirmations, in combination with scripting, has been a part of why I'm able to manifest so easily, so effortlessly, and on autopilot. It's because of this one assumption that I live by every single day of my life, okay? So if you're interested in knowing what this one assumption is that I live by and that possibly you should live by as well, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the chase, okay? So the one assumption that I've been living by for a little bit over a year now that really is the reason why I'm able to manifest so easily, so effortlessly, and on autopilot, you guys, it is assuming that regardless of what is going on in the 3D or regardless of what the 3D is showing me, that literally everything is working out in my favor. Literally, I believe and I have the assumption that all things, when I say all, I mean all things are working together for my greater good. End of story. And because this is my number one assumption that I live by above all other assumptions, I am just able to manifest so easily, so effortlessly, and on autopilot because A, there's no victim mentality. There is no like, oh, woe is me. What's happening? Why is this happening? Why can't I get my SP? Why am I this? Why am I that? You know, there is no victim mentality over here with that assumption. There is no losing, okay? With that mentality and attitude, all I can do is win. There is no failing. There is no spiraling. There is no wavering. There is only knowing. There is only knowing. Knowing that everything and all things are working together for my good. So it doesn't matter what the 3D is showing me. It doesn't make me discouraged. It doesn't trigger me because I believe that too, even the things that I perceive or that my ego mind perceives as negative, it's not negative or bad because that too is working together in my favor. Even sometimes when things in the 3D seem stagnant or it seems like nothing is moving or changing, even that is working out in my favor. The stillness is working out in my favor. The stagnation is working out in my favor. Everything is always working out in my favor, period. So it doesn't matter if I don't have a traditional job, but if I were to get fired from my job, okay, this is working out in my favor. This is the unfolding of my manifestation. If my SP suddenly says to me, I don't want to be with you anymore, okay, that too is working out in my favor. It doesn't mean that I believe what they're saying or that I believe, oh, this is not going to work out. No, it's just moving me closer to my manifestation, right? So all things are working together for my greater good. And when I say all, you guys, I mean all. It's fail proof. It's fail proof. So I believe that on top of my affirmations, on top of my scripting, this is why I've been able to manifest using affirmations in a week, manifest using scripting in a week. It's because I'm not challenged or thrown off at all by the 3D. It can be the seemingly worst case scenario happening out there in the 3D, and I'm going to say, yep, it's working out in my favor. That means everything is working out in my favor. Everything is working in my favor. When I tell you guys, I have such a high level of being unbothered by the 3D. I'm unbothered by the 3D. And so even with that too, you don't really have to ignore the 3D. I don't necessarily ignore the 3D. I see it. I'm not blind to it, but it doesn't trigger me. I actually use it to confirm that, yep, confirmation that everything is working out for me, because sometimes when the 3D is going crazy, just sometimes things have to fall apart in order for it to start again. Things have to fall apart in order for it to come together, right? Even I want to give the example of, like, let's just say I wanted to manifest my apartment complex, like remodeling the inside of my apartment, right? if I know that I've been manifesting for them to remodel my apartment and they call me today and say, hey, Tosh, we're going to come over and remodel your apartment. Okay, cool. So movement, right? Confirmation that my manifestation is here. It's happening. But when they come in to start the remodeling process, they have to tear down my entire apartment. They got to rip the cabinets out, rip up the flooring, and my apartment for a little while is going to look chaotic. It's going to look like this is the opposite of what I was manifesting for. But really, that too is working out in my favor, because that part of the process is necessary in order for me to get the full manifestation and the desire of whatever it is that I'm desiring or asking for, right? So in order for me to get the fully remodeled version of my apartment, I have to allow the state of chaos and the craziness and the ripping out of everything in order to get to that space. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when your 3D is looking crazy, or however your 3D is looking, just know that that too is working out for you in your favor, period. And I promise you, if you live by this assumption and this assumption alone, you cannot fail. You cannot fail. I'm living proof that you can't. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Just in case anyone was feeling a little bit discouraged by the 3D or feeling like they weren't making any progress, just know that just because you cannot see movement does not mean that things aren't moving, okay? There is always movement, whether you can see it or not. And even like I said earlier, even the stillness, even the stagnation, even when it looks like there is no movement, that too is working out in your favor. All things, everything is always working out for your highest good. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Sending nothing but peace, love, and blessings. Happy manifesting.